All right. Well, welcome to today's webinar. This is Wesley Smith with TreeServiceDigital.com and Tree Service Marketing Profits Podcast, Tree Service Marketing Secrets Facebook group. So glad you're joining us today. So free training. It's a question that we get pretty often. Are Google local service ads better than Google ads, right? The traditional Google ads. And so I want to get into what the differences are and like how to make them perform better on the Google local service ads platform as opposed to the Google ads platform. Now, both of them can work great. It really depends. Like there's a lot of moving parts, but are they being professionally managed is kind of one thing. The next thing is are you doing a few certain things that are going to help optimize your Google local service ads, the Google guaranteed ads there, versus your Google ads. So let's get right into it. I'm super excited that you're joining us today. If you're on the YouTube channel, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. We're coming out with a lot more marketing content that's pertinent and relevant to the tree service industry and to your business. And interviews with experts on the podcast. We've got another one we just loaded on the YouTube channel today. I got more coming, or actually it'll be yesterday because this video is going to be loaded tomorrow. So a recent video, it was an expert interview with a tree care company in Connecticut. You're going to love it. Anyway, let me share my screen here so we can kind of get into what the differences are there and how to optimize though to make it work even better. So let me share here. All right, so I believe the correct screen is being shared, or maybe it's not. Let me see here. 1 second. Stop the share. Okay. There we go. All right, so hopefully you can see my slides here. And I'm going to pull up the slide. So hopefully you've got this slide here. You can see it. Are Google guaranteed ads better than Google ads? And so that's a big question that we get a lot. A lot of people wonder, like, should I do one or versus the other, or should I do both? Or when I start doing Google local service ads, should I just go ahead and pause my Google ads? Well, here's what we suggest, and here's what we see across dozens and dozens and dozens, over 100, I guess, at this point, tree service companies across the United States. It depends. Okay, maybe that's not the specific answer that you're looking for. So let's get right into what it depends on. So number one, it depends on a few different things there with your Google ads, with your Google local services, and your actual Google presence on the internet. So are you getting Google reviews consistently on your Google business profile first, right? So there's a Google business profile is just basically your organic map listing. It's where you put your flagpole in the ground. It's where you verify your business on Google. And what happens is when you go create your Google local service ads account, it syncs up with your Google business profile on the maps. And that way, all your reviews that you've worked hard to get on your Google Maps will now flow through and show on your Google local service profile. And so what that does is it helps people see your reputation before they call you. And I can show you why this is a big, big, big thing on your Google local service ad. So let's take a look at it right here. So if you're doing a search in your local market, and again, I'm hoping you guys can see my slides here on here, but if you're on your computer or if you're on your phone or if a consumer is on their computer on their phone and they type in something along the lines of tree company near me, tree service company near me, the first set of results up here are going to be the Google local service ads, right? After that, you're going to see the old traditional Google ads, and these still work too. And then after that, you're going to see the organic results, which are going to be local SEO type results, right? The results that are not paid ads. And those are the ones where you organically rank on Google by being the most relevant tree service company online in that local market. Whole other webinar to get into, but I wanted to just show you what the first search page looks like. So if you've got good reviews, look at Georgia Tree Company. They've got 321 4.8 star rating total. And so if you're up there and you're working on your Google reviews, you can see these first set of Google local service ads. You can see it's showing their reviews basically that's synced up from their Google business profile on the maps. So that's super important. So if your company has been investing time, effort, and energy into getting lots and lots and lots of Google reviews from your customers each and every job, kudos to you. Congratulations, right? That is amazing that you're doing that. It's amazing that your customers actually are willing to go do that for you. And most of your customers, if they're happy with your service, they'll happily go give you a review. It doesn't take but 10 seconds to go do that, right? So most people will do that for you without hesitation. And so what happens is you get these reviews and they start showing up on your Google Map profile. And then they also flow through to your Google local service ads right here. So what happens is if you're in a really, really competitive market, then the reviews are going to trump your competition. So if your competition has 10 reviews, 20 reviews, 30 reviews, and you've got 50, 100, 200 reviews, in some circumstances, look at these right here, 665 Google reviews on the Google Guaranteed, 478 Google reviews here on their listing. So if you've got reviews like that, you're going to shine on Google local service ads, the Google Guaranteed ads, right? So that's what I wanted to say. It depends. If you don't have any reviews, then you're not going to show up as highly and as often as the people that have lots and lots and lots of reviews. Because if you think about it, Google, what they want to do is they want to show, right, their users, people that are searching on their platform for local services, they want to show them the most relevant and the best results. And so if they're going to show them the most relevant and the most best results, well, then they're going to show the tree companies with the highest rating and the most frequently received reviews on their Google local service ad account and the Google business profile on the maps, right? So if you're getting reviews, you're going to be doing really, really good and fantastic on the Google local service ads, typically in most cases. So I wanted to show you that. It makes a big, big difference. If you're not getting Google reviews, it just helps every other form of your marketing. And I just illustrated right there, it shows up on your Google local service ads once you get verified there. And it also keeps you in the map section right below there for the local service search results. And so you want to be in both places, right? That's where you get most of the lead flow. If you show up numerous times on the first page, you're going to by default increase your inbound lead flow. And so that's why it's very, very, very important. The next thing is inside your Google local service ads dashboard, there's a way that you can manage your account. And so if you're managing your account properly by itemizing your calls as spam calls, sales calls or book jobs, or basically you can put in a discrepancy on a lead to say, I don't want to pay for this lead. It was irrelevant or is outside my area, because Google will refund you or not charge you for those leads. If you're managing that stuff, Google sees that you're managing that stuff. So are you answering the phone? Google actually tracks. I'll pull up our account here. Google actually tracks these calls. So if you pull in one of these, if you look at any one of these clients here, let's just take a look at number one, Ace Tree Service, 26 calls. They answered 16. So that's a really good ratio. They answered, I guess that's probably, if I had to do the math, 60, 65% of the calls right there. That's good. Google's going to like that because Google puts a tracking number on your local service ad account. And so if you're not answering the phone, they see that you're not answering the phone and they don't want to put you up at the top because they're trying to go back to what I said a minute ago, provide the best search results for their users. And if that tree company is not answering the phone, that's not the best search result they need to put there, right? And they realize that. So you need to answer the phone and you need to itemize your calls in the back end. You could basically just go in here to the account. You can see there's 7 active calls here. You go in here and you can basically come in here and itemize them. You can say, you can listen to the recording and you can see if it was a verified call. If you do this once a week, that's usually good. You can mark it as booked. If you did, book the job or archive. There's a couple other options too. But by managing these leads or having them managed for you, it's going to optimize your local service ads account and make you get even more and more leads coming in, because then Google knows that you're kind of on top of it and you're taking care of everybody that's doing a search on their page. So that's kind of the Google local service ads approach. If you're doing the reviews consistently and you're managing your account properly, and you have your location selected properly, where you want to cover, your budget is high enough to where you can get 5 to 10 leads a week or whatever the lead flow count is in your market when you go look in your profile, then your local service ads typically tend to do pretty well. Now, I will say it depends on kind of how urban you are versus how rural you are. If you're in a very rural market outside a major metro area, then you might not get as much lead flow as you want, just simply because there's not enough population in that area to generate enough searches to get you enough lead flow. But if you're in an urban area, suburban area, pretty good population size, these are going to really do well. They're going to help you grow your tree service business. And on top of that, you're getting branding for your tree service business too, because your business name shows up here, your reviews show up right here. People see that over and over and over again. And if you also show up right here in the maps, well, then you're just dominating that first page of Google, right? So that's how you manage and optimize the Google local service ads. The next thing we can take a look at is, are they better than Google ads? Well, I don't know if they're actually better than Google ads, because in some markets, they're not. In some markets, the local service ads don't work better than the Google ads, right? So it's like you really want to set up both of them and be working with a competent and reputable marketing companies so that you know that they're going to take care of both of those things. And if both of them are set and running, you can optimize both. And if one of them's not pulling their weight, you can pause the one of them and then increase the budget on the other, right? That's the best thing about testing and running both Google ads and local service ads in your market to see which one works the best. So the other thing is how many tree companies in your area are actually running ads. So if we look here and you see that there's 15 tree companies, right? Let's take a look at how many in this particular market are running ads. You've got Jones Tree Service. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of companies running local service ads in this area, right? So that is going to also affect how many leads you get and how much budget you need to pack in on your local service ads account. Now, if there's nobody there, we have lots of clients across the country where people in their local markets are taking a nap and they're not running ads on the local service ads. And our clients are in there scooping up all the leads. They're getting 10, 20 calls a week from the local service ad section because people are not taking advantage of it. And there's a lot of moving parts. It's understandable. If a business owner sets this up themselves and their insurance copy lapses and they need a new insurance copy, well, Google sends you messages or calls, but maybe you don't get that call. Maybe you don't get that message. Maybe you think it's a spam email. So you forget to do it. Then your Google local service ads get disabled and then they're just not live anymore, right? That happens every day across the US with tree service companies, any companies for that matter. So it's good if you have professionally managed. If you know how to manage it, if you know how to log into this account, just keep an eye on your insurance copy. And then periodically, there may be something else that you might need in your state, like a license that they generate. Now they say you need some sort of contractor license or something like that. So just keep an eye on it, and that'll help keep it running smoothly and without interruptions in service, because you want to continue to get those leads coming in. So I just wanted to show you that for the search page. Google reviews are paramount for this section in local service ads, as well as managing the account and answering the phone calls without letting them go to voicemail. Google sees every one of those that go to voicemail. So that's kind of the synopsis on the Google local service ads. And to accelerate your lead flow, what you want to do is all the above that we talked about prior, right? You want to make sure you're optimizing the actual account, marking them booked, marking them sold, marking them spam, discrepancies against the calls that were outside the area or not particular types of leads that you want, or advertising for. So make sure you mark those and Google will get the notification on that. Answer the phone, right? Make sure you're answering all the calls that come from local service ads because that's a big deal. And then focus on getting reviews. If you can focus on those three things, your Google local service ads account will work better in most cases than the Google ads, right? Now, some people either had some history or past history in their life and, life happens and things happen and maybe they've got a criminal background, right? So Google does do a criminal background check on the business owner for local service ads. So if that's you, if you have a business partner, the business partner can probably do it or whatnot. But those are things that they require because what they're saying is, hey, this is a vetted background check tree service company on the up and up. So we want to make sure we're putting, the right types of companies online and we're guaranteeing this tree service company is going to do you right or we'll give you your money back is basically what Google's saying on that platform. I think what they're trying to do is kind of knock out Home Advisor, Thumbtack, Angie's List to kind of get them to where you use them less and less and you rely on Google more. Of course, that's what they want to do. They own the search engine. So that's kind of rightfully so, right? That's what they want to do. So that's kind of why they are leaning more towards the local service ads now. So the last thing that I will say here to basically just kind of wrap up and just kind of complete this mini webinar is if you're not getting consistent reviews on your Google business profile here, let's go back to the first page here. If you're not getting your reviews consistently here, you're just not working on that. There's nobody in your office that can take care of that and make that their job. You're not doing it as the business owner because you're just too darn busy. And there's just some kind of hole in your business where you just can't do this. Then I would say the Google ads are probably going to work better for you if you just can't focus on reviews. Or if there's like nobody advertising and you're the only tree service company in the local service ads, then you don't need but like 4 or 5 reviews in order to get verified on the local service ads. So it may not make a big difference then, but if there's a lot of competition, you have to be focused on getting Google reviews if you want to show up here. That's the biggest probably similar thing across the board with everybody that gets tons and tons of calls. Like we got some clients that get 150 calls a month on the local service ads right here, but they've got 300, 400, 500 Google reviews, right? So if you got that many reviews, you're going to be showing up a lot on the first page of Google right there. So, but if you're not working on the reviews, in most cases, you're not going to show up very well here and consistently, because they're going to want to show the companies that get consistent 5-star ratings and reviews so that their search audience gets what they're searching for, gets a reputable tree company on the phone, and gets that job taken care of. So if you're working on the reviews, then you're going to be good to go here. If you're not, I would say the Google ads are probably going to work better. And hey, if you're a bigger tree company, if you got a couple of crews, 3 crews, 5 crews, you're doing, $1 million in revenue and up, you're going to want the maximized lead flow in your local market. So it's best to run both. Statistics prove that 30 or 40% of people prefer to click on the ads at the very top of the page because they know it's going to solve their problem. They click the ad, they get some money on the phone, they get an estimate, right? The other 30 or 40% of people on Google search is going to go down to the local search results in the maps because they feel like it's not spammy. And, this is a local company. This is closer to me. I'm more comfortable calling somebody like this, right? So you just want to be everywhere. And then another 20% or so of people will click on the links right below the Google Maps because they feel like these are not spammy at all. So that's kind of how the search page works, and dividing it up in between percentages of how people click and how people prefer to click on the first page of search. So I hope this webinar helps you. If you take anything away today, it's that if you work on your Google reviews, you're going to show up very highly in the local service ads right here. Basically, is the that's in a nutshell. That's basically what's going to happen. So if you work on your reviews and you get tons of 5-star reviews, you're going to do very well in local service ads. Plus, you're also going to do very well in the maps. And I would even argue you're going to do even better on your Google ads too, because a lot of people click on your Google ad, but then in a separate window, they'll open up your business search and look at you there. So if you got good reviews, they'll go ahead and call you from your Google ad. So the reviews help everything. So what we see is that the Google local service ads typically work a little better if you focus on the reviews and you've got a good rating. If you don't, then the Google ads typically work pretty well, and they work in the whole radius that you want to cover. So hopefully this helps, this information that we put together today. If you have any questions, if you want some help, go to treeservicedigital.com. We've got a free marketing checklist you can download and go through everything that we see that really helps a tree service company dominate their local market on the internet. It's free. Just put your name and email in, and we'll shoot you an email copy of the online marketing checklist for tree service contractors. But this is Wesley Smith with Tree Service Marketing Profits Podcast, Tree Service Marketing Secrets Facebook group, and hope you have a good day. And until next time, we will see you then. Thanks a lot.